1st at CB Park in La Crescenta, California, you shall have the chance to see for yourself as we bring life to the dead. Frankenstein, the Minibike, pronounced Frankenstein. Don't come alone as we reveal this Jake Moe built JMBR creation, made with what was once an unused mass of lifeless parts, collected from the gallows and graves in Gerald's garage. Join us, if you dare, for the 5th annual Joe's Minibike Reunion, as we will then reveal this raw, cultured, sophisticated bike about town at Joe's Minibike Reunion on October the 1st, CB Park. Don't miss the experience of a lifetime. It's alive! Hey everybody, welcome to Joe's Minibike Reunion. It's podcast number 12. Ed, Jesus Christ, everything's aligned. I've got Evil Ed in the house. I've got the CB Mini guys in the house.
All right, Ian.
I got Eian here. I'm invaded with ease. Let's just get this shit straight. So I'm going to begin by announcing myself, not as Joe, but Joe E tonight. And I'm here with Evil Ed and Eian, as well as Eric and Eddie. Not to mention Emmanuel. All right, the E. So it's a big E night here. We're all going to take fucking E.
All right.
All right, that'll be fun, Ed. Hey, welcome to the podcast. You know, usually we have a big-time guest here, and tonight it's no exception. Ed?
Again?
Okay, well, let's just get right to it. Hold on. No. The smog thing. Whoa. Getting your truck smog was like getting like your visa to come in the state. What happened?
A few months ago, I bought a check valve because the light came on, said it was a check valve. So I bought one. About 2 weeks later, it came on again, showing the same code. So I bought the other side, figuring it was all linked together, right? So I bought a new one there. I'm driving around. 2 weeks later, it comes up again. I'm like, God damn it. What the hell, you know? And then I look at my registration. It's getting ready to expire. I'm like,
the smog patrol is going to get you?
I got to fix this.
You got it. You're going to go to jail if you don't. The cops are
coming.
So
I open up the hood, and I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, I see what's wrong with it. The vacuum hose from the top of the motor going to the little switching valve, switching valve was rotted away. Oh, yeah, okay, I fix it. Put a piece of hose on it, still throwing a code. So I buy a switching valve, figuring being I hadn't had no vacuum in it for a while, it's probably screwed up. So I throw that in. Now it's telling me I got a missing cylinder number 2. The truck starts running rough.
I pull all the for just putting on that little hose,
and no, put a new switching valve.
Oh, okay.
So I put a new smog pump on too because
doing all the right things.
Got 275,000 miles on it. So I put a new smog pump. I put the switching valve on. Now it's telling me I got a miss on number 2 cylinder.
Now you got to go to the dealer. Are you at the dealer yet?
No.
You're still
I'm
doing it.
I'm still trying to figure it out myself. So I go, well, it can't be the valves because I got 2 new ones. So I start screwing around with the other stuff, thinking, well, maybe it's the EGR valve. I said, no, I ain't buying one of those. So then the check valve light pops up again.
Did you get it fixed?
So then number 2, it says number 2 cylinder's missing. I pull all the plugs. I put new plugs in. I put all the plugs back out. They're all perfect. I put all new wires on it.
Just bring it to a guy for $50 fucking dollars. He gives you a ticket. He fucking passes you. You do it like 3 minutes. I got 9 guys.
So they got this thing before you go on the smogs. I am readiness deal. I got on my reader. You're allowed 1 light to be on. Well, I kept having 2. That's
right.
One was
no, I'm forgetting. I didn't even wish I didn't even ask you.
it ended up being one of those valves I bought 6 months ago. It was defective.
That shitty one? Yeah.
And the number 2 miss.
Are you still shopping at El Cañone's auto part repair there?
AutoZone.
Yeah, all right. There's fucking places like O'Reilly's and
I went to it. That's where I got the check valves first. Was O'Reilly's. I told him, look, I own you.
You usually get in arguments there. You go with the senior citizen deal. You want the discount. You automatically get on their defensive, and they give you the bad parts.
They gave him a refund back on that 6-month-old part.
All right. Well, I see the trucks here. I see there's no sticker on it.
I'm waiting for the tag.
You're going to get arrested.
I'm waiting for the tag. I did get it Smog. Dino, my boss, being that I use the truck once in a while for work.
It has to be up to,
paid to take it to where he has the trucks fixed.
Thank you, Dino.
$350 later to tell me it's one of those check valves being bad.
And if you went there the first time? All right. So welcome to the show, everybody. Hey, what'd you think about the Frankenstein commercial? We opened the show.
That was badass.
Totally Emmanuel. Totally Emmanuel. I have to use full names now because the days of saying E I can't say because everybody's going to tweak their head every time I say E out here. But Emmanuel did a great job. We collected some footage along the way. In fact, we have a little bit of a teaser we're going to show you at the break where we left here and we went out to Lancaster to visit Unparalleled Customs and picked up Frankenstein.
Okay. So
along the way, Emmanuel picked up a little video like he typically does. So we'll share a little bit of that. That was really cool. But once we had the bike here, I wanted it, not so much to have it. I would have rather waited. I wanted it to be done. I wanted the bike to be done. Welcome me, and we'll ultimately start talking to you as the guest. How are you, brother?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
Say hi to that supermodel girlfriend of yours. Get her over with.
Hello, beautiful.
All right. Good. She's watching. We were able to get that bike for promotional purposes because this is all about the hype. This is all about the show. Joe's Minibike Reunion, October the 1st. If you're listening, be there. Get a mini bike. There's still time to get one. Get yours running. We got bikes in all sorts of repair. This one needs throttle, brakes, whatever. Some of them are done. We just finished a little Bonanza, although I've got to make some changes. Ed had a friggin' heart attack when he saw that taco clutch coming around that Bonanza. I was just mocking something up. But we had Frankenstein, and we wanted to use it promotionally. And again, Emmanuel took to his craft, and he filtered some photos that we took. And you'll notice online at some of our website and Facebook outlets or social media outlets, you'll see filtered cartoon-like images of Frankenstein. Really cool. I mean, the bike lends itself to such a cartoon animated sense that putting that to a poster, and we have some special handouts. They're going to have images of Frankenstein at the show for free. We got a lot of things planned, but we had a chance to use that bike for PR purposes. And again, Emmanuel's idea was, well, let's shoot a little deal. Let's wait. We're going to go outside. We're going to. You can park your car with the lights on. I'm going to have you hose. It's like, fuck. This sounds like what time? All right, when? Tonight. All right, so we go out there, fucking get the lights. I almost back into the Honda that hasn't moved for 10 years across the street from me. I almost backed into it. I get my lights. He hoses down the driveway. We get Frankenstein out there. It fucking tips over a couple times. I swear. And we did the little spot. By that time, I wasn't having a good night. I wasn't having a good night because I got a real shitty little text from a little douchebag guy about, like, Ian, I like to send some shit out. I say, hey, send in a nice little question, or if you have a dumb little question, we'll send you back. And what is it? You got a box.
Yeah, got a lot.
You actually got a super duper box, right?
Stickers,
Did you get
shirts.
a fucking motorcycle, bike, or an engine, or a pipe in your box?
No.
All right,
what was
you're
up
not
with
going to
that?
get one either.
No, I'm just kidding.
So I sent out a little cute package to some guy who was on our show recently, and I the nice guy, right? Hey, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, give me your address, pop, send the shit out. He misspells his name, he misspells his fucking city and state. I got to double check the zip code twice. I send it out, it cost me $9. I get an email, where's the pipe? I don't know what he's talking about. It's like, where's the pipes? Dude, that's a long time ago. So, so I guess that's a no. What's he talking about? He said, this fucking guy's talking about he didn't get one of these pipes in the cute little package that I sent out.
Because he saw it on the table.
Who knows? Who the fuck he saw? What else do you see?
Yeah,
See
exactly.
my Ducati and this bike one of the things that I put you in a box next time? So he don't say thank you. He don't say nothing. He don't say, hey, thanks for the patches, right? You like the patches?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking suffer right.
Thanks for the food.
You had one of these cans in there. All of a sudden, you got a $25 box. So I light up. So listen, man. It's like, fuck, get a life. God forbid you go buy a pipe. Right?
You got
It's
the
like,
bike.
no,
How'd
there's
you
no
get the
fucking
bike?
pipe in there. So I'm sicking my man on him, and I had to make a couple calls. I reached out to my main man, Sean Reed. Sean, fucking take care of things. And nice, that's how it goes. But hey, anyways, go fuck yourself, that guy. But on a good note, all these guys who are a part of the show and appreciate the cute little boxes like you,
Oh, yeah?
that's
Yep.
what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So I was pissed off, and I didn't want to do the rest of the shoot that night because I don't even think I mentioned that to you either.
At the end, after.
At the end, right? Because I say, oh, fuck, I'm going to have to go down there and kill some fucking 9-year-old kid over fucking giving me shit about a free. So it is true. That social media thing, it's going on still. Do you see there was a little deal with No Limit, Salvi, and some dude about, racing, and it got ugly and guns. But it's stupid, but it can happen.
Yeah.
So I'm not happy about it. I turned in the acting performance of my career, I may say, on that commercial. Despite my disposition, we came in here and we shot that. What was that, 22 takes or one take? What was it? One of the two. One take, 22 takes.
About 15 minutes of going over it again and again.
Well, I can't read. These glasses this was not a prop. And by the time it was fucking over, I really had to use that stethoscope because I was getting a heart attack. So none of that shit was like a prop. The one thing that was a prop was the jacket. It was the cooking jacket. It wasn't a doctor jacket. But we pounded that out, and so far so good. Yeah, so far so good. So we got Frankenstein, and Frankenstein's a big vehicle to promote the event. And the reason why Ian's here is that Ian is the guy. Like Ian is the guy that we build the show for. Ian's garage looks like ours. He's got a couple of mini bikes, right?
Yep.
Ian, first of all, thanks for coming down because you
Thanks for
guys
having
rode
me.
down from how long was it? 3 hours.
3 hours.
From
Yep. Hanford.
Hanford?
Yep.
Yeah, so you're out there doing your deal with CB Minis, and I met you, a year ago?
Yeah, that's what I was telling Ed. I said, it's been a year we've been, deep in this, and look how deep we are already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you just heard about the event and came out as a participant at the event, right?
Yeah, well, it all started, my brother Eric, he bought a dirt bike, a little, like, I don't know, 79, I don't know, whatever cc.
What was it, Eric? You remember?
It was like a...
125, a pit bike.
Okay, one of those Chinese little pit.
Yeah, yeah.
bikes.
So
Gotcha,
we were riding up the road, and one day he was like, "Hey, I found this mini bike on Craigslist," and so we talked about it for a while. I was kind of lost it, and he's like, "Hey, I talked to the guy, and I'm gonna go get it tomorrow." So he goes and gets it and brings it back. I'm like, "Man, that thing's all beat up. How you gonna ride that?" He's like, "No, I'll fix it." So he strips it down, gets it all painted. I'm like, "Man, that's kind of cool." So I was looking around for a long time. I mean, I didn't know nothing about these bikes. I'm just looking on Craigslist, and I'm like, man, that's a lot of money.
But you're an automotive guy. Like,
Yeah.
I know you're really into racing.
Yeah,
all
sprint
kinds of
cars,
racing.
drag racing. Yeah. So I'm like, man, that's a lot of money. And then, because my brother got a deal, so I'm like, compared to his, I'm getting screwed here. And so I started looking everywhere else, and I'm like, maybe I'm not. So I just buy this bike that I like and fix it up, and here we are now. And
So you had one do along with him and his bike, and
yeah, he had got a deal, so he got two of them actually. He had got an Arco and a Bird.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
those are all pretty cool bikes.
Yep.
I have Alexander Reynolds floating around somewhere. I've never had a Bird. I tried to buy one. They remind me of Pintos for some reason. Are those the same bikes? The Pinto?
Yeah, it's the same bike.
Is it? Yeah, okay. So you come to the event, and it was just you and your brother, wasn't it?
I'm looking online. It's probably about August. And here your event was September, and I'm like, hey, there's this show, and he had already had his fixed up. Mine looks like junk still, and I'm like, oh, maybe I could fix mine up. So I call my buddy Chad, who paints. He painted up this gold color that I wanted,
Right,
and
looked good.
I'm like, wow, it looks good. And I don't know how I found your event. Actually, I found it, and
Probably online.
I
You're an
told
online poster.
I
You're
told
all
my
over the
brother,
place.
I'm like, hey, look at this event. So we started fixing our bikes, and then my oldest brother Eddie, he gets a bike and a Bonanza. He's fixed it up, and here we are.
Yeah,
you know?
good. Yeah, well, when you guys came, it was Ed. When we do these things, most of the guys that show up they're veterans. They're guys like you. You've been to a few shows. It's not your first fucking whatever, right? And you've had enough of the small talk and all the other shit. You've seen the swap meets. You know the deal. It's really tough to expect some of our senior guys to really come in there all excited. And when you do the event as the event producer, you really are hoping that people get excited about it. So when you see these young guys come in and they're so into the sport, it really was, it's cool for me, as the promoter. And Ian was that prime example. So now that things progress, I think a lot of it has to do with social media.
Oh, a ton of it, yeah.
Yeah, so you've established a little something with CB Minis.
Yeah, well, if people don't know, we're from up north. you guys are down here. It's big down here. Up there, it's nothing. It's, you know, us and my brothers. We ride around in our neighborhood. There's really no one else. And some people stop by. They're like, "Oh man, you guys got a ton of these things in the garage. You guys sell them?" Sometimes, yeah, you know, and we tell them the price, and they're like, "Whoa."
Well,
but you know,
much for me when you give them like a $500 or $800 quote, they get.
Well, we're over here telling them, you know, $400 for this, you know, one that, you know, doesn't have everything on it. That's, you know.
Yeah, they just can't grasp it.
A taco with some other forks on it or
sure,
something.
Some
you know,
hybrid.
yeah, here you go, you know. But they're like, "Whoa, 200, that's too much." So we're like, "Well, that's a deal, you know."
Everybody thinks it's $100 to have a mini bike, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still, isn't it?
I can't believe it.
Yeah, you know, because everything else gets to go up, like the stupid baseball cards, the Tommy Tresh baseball cards, fucking $8,000, right? And if you get the right can of, I don't know, Stay Lube oil from the 30s, if it's an unopened can, that could be 20 grand, right? So we go asking for $1,000 for what, a 68 chopper?
Yeah.
Like to me, it's like I always wondered about why. I understand it's somewhat of a frugal deal, and as a result, that's why the event's free, right? We don't charge people to come to the event. Spectators are free, and if you want to enter your bike, where you can win all the prizes and you know have all that eligibility, it's only like $20 or $25. So it's not a money making thing, but it is odd. Like I see all those poor swap meet guys take 3 hours to set up, and then one guy buys a fucking tank,
And that's it.
and it took him all event to work them, to sell the tank. So there's not a lot of money being pushed around, and thank God, because that's not why we're doing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little hobby, and you can put as much as you want into it, you know?
Yeah.
It's up
It's
to you.
really gotten pretty popular over the past couple of years.
It
Yeah,
has.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the fact that you can get into it affordably, with some help and some phone calls and some, you know, a couple hours in the garage a few nights. You can get most things running and assembled.
And your event.
Yeah, the
Your
event is.
itself. I mean, that's why we look forward to. That's what keeps us fueled, motivated. You know,
It's
hey,
almost
Joe's.
like it's like a call to action for the sport. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, look, you know, we got 6
Bring
months
it.
before that event is, you know, because when I'm done with this, Ed, and I talked to you about this before, when I'm done with it, I don't want to hear about mini bikes. Like when we say goodbye to the last person I paid a dyno dude, I want to be at my house in the pool.
I'm done.
Yeah, kind of. You know, but hey, the event is it's this October the 21st. It's back at CV Park. I love that venue there.
Not the 21st, the 1st.
Oh, the 1st. Did I say 21st?
Yes.
Oh, October the 1st.
Yes.
Thank you, Ed. Between the show numbers and the episode numbers and the dates. Did you see the banner at Ralph's?
No, I haven't been down there.
Well, that's my advertising. One banner at Ralph's.
Really?
Oh, fuck yeah. You hit most of the people.
I don't go to that Ralph's. It's the wrong way for me.
Well, but you know about it now, see?
Okay.
So the banner actually
I'll go
worked.
check it out.
Yeah, uh-oh. Well, look at that. Hi, Dad. Sorry it's been so long to respond to you. I just downloaded the photo you sent me, and we'll work on the poster. Thank you. Thank you, Nikole. You met Nikole?
No,
Yes, she did. She took photos of you at the Minibike show.
she didn't introduce herself.
Oh, good. Taught her well.
There you
I
go.
thought
Yeah,
she was
or-
going to ask her where her pipe was.
So we're back. We're back at CV Park. We're back at that Hindenburg area, which is behind the dog park, which is cool because you can bring your dog. So it's free. You get to bring your dog. Yeah. What? Oh,
Don't
talk
tell
about the
my dog
Yeah,
that.
you can bring a dog besides your dog. Yeah.
Don't tell
Yes,
my
because
dog
it'll take
that.
up. Yeah, you need. This needs to be your day. You're very popular there. People are gonna want to have at you. Ed, can you do this? Ed, can I have a photo? Ed, do you know how to? So leave the dog home, please. The dog gets diarrhea at the park. My life will be miserable.
So is Ed Miss Minibike this year?
Well, you're bringing up a good thing. But hey, look, before I get too into it, part of the big draw at this year's show, and I do want to get to Miss Minibike because there's still life for Miss Minibike. Miss Minibike is Cherie. Now, Cherie is married, 2 beautiful children. Lucky bastard guy. And it's like, I love Cherie. I can't ask a beautiful woman with 2 kids to be Miss Minibike. You know, I just have to be respectful of that. It was nice at the time. But your ass, she was gorgeous. but we're moving on, and we had a replacement that both Linda and I wanted to use, but it's my buddy's wife to be, and she's gorgeous, gorgeous. But it's just too weird. Just too weird when it's your buddy's friend. It's just too weird because you're hugging her too.
Yeah, I got you.
You're over there every picture. It's like, God damn it, you sway a little bit. So no, there'll be none of that, and I may use the money for a model and get some guy to
You should have a pageant.
to be Frankenstein. Oh, pageant. See, he just wants to be the pageant coordinator. Your brother, I know.
Judge.
So, anyways, hey, but the big part of the show this year is going to be for the participants who enter their bike. There's a difference. Like, what is it? Is it? I'll get questions about over the phone or maybe over the email. Let's say, is your event free? So check it out. Here's how it works. It's free to a spectator. Like if you just walk in, you see, hey, there's something going on. Let's go check them out. It's free for you. You're a spectator. You come in and you walk around and it's free. You're not eligible to win many of the prizes, but we do give away prizes to anybody who's there. Everybody leaves with something if you come. I don't know what it'll be, but you'll end up leaving with something, right? There's a fee if you want to register your bike. You're a participant. Now you're a participant. That's the difference between a spectator and a participant. You're going to register your bike, and now you'll be eligible for all the prizes, which include a rolling custom FNB frame. And the guys at FNB, you may have missed those guys on the podcast, Frank and Brian Solo. Great guys, funny as shit. Ed, you go back with the Solo for a long time with your racing days. That's still, if you haven't seen the video of all these guys talking shit to each other, you have to check out my
videos. Nothing. You had to be there.
Well, yeah. I think that there could be a whole podcast where we just do like a battle. You know, not like a rap battle, but kind of like a, like a trash talking battle in a good way. I'd be like a referee.
The Louisiana chicken video, right?
Yes, that was
There's
you.
Another one. We're at Rally Burger.
Do you have access to that rally?
It's on YouTube. Also.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, so let's check that. Let's make a note of that. Let's get the rally. But I'd like to, if I could, I'd like to take a little bit of a different path on the show this time. I'd like to get Franquez from FNB Racing. I'd like to get him on the phone, and I'd like him to talk to us a little bit, very briefly, about the bike that he's building for us. He sent me a nice little description here.
Come with a pipe?
I tell you, I swear, it's like, where's this fucker live? I'm going to go down there, I'm going to beat him up with a pipe.
Yeah, just went close to the mic.
Yeah. Watch. He's going to get stage fright. If he does the voicemail, that'd be great.
Hello.
Hey, is this Frank?
Hey, Joe. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, man. Frank, we're live on Joe's Minibike Reunion podcast. We're kind of at the beginning of the show. And I wanted...
Very good.
Yeah, man, I wanted to get you on the phone. And first of all, congratulations on your daughter's wedding.
Oh, thank you very much.
Dude, you're going to save some jack. You know how many friggin' mini bikes you can buy now? Think about it. That's got to be like $5-10 grand a month you were dishing out with your kid, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so look at it. That's
true.
60 grand, babe. You can buy any little street. Anyways, enough about that. Thank you for the awesome pipe you built for Frankenstein, working with Jake.
Oh, no problem. Glad you like it.
How long did it take you to put that together?
Actual time-wise to put it together was only probably maybe an hour or so, but it's just getting everything mocked up and ready to weld. That's what takes the longest.
Yeah, thanks for working with us on that template too. Hey,
no problem.
Frank, I was really happy to hear from you a few months back when you called about the show. And before you knew it, we were talking and working with each other, and I'm happy to have you as a sponsor for the upcoming Joe's Minibike Reunion. And I'm hoping that you can give the listeners and some of the viewers an idea about that rolling kit that you're going to be making available for some lucky participant.
Right. Yeah. The rolling kit basically that I'm providing for the event is one of our basic cruiser type rollers. So it has a cruiser style handlebars instead of the drag style. It is all ball bearing headset, so that way it's nice and smooth to steer. Has a heavy duty motor plate, so you don't have the typical problems of the motor, ripping the holes open. I also incorporated an FNB jack shaft, adjustable jack shaft mount, so you can adjust the chain tension for the rear wheel and for the engine. And I provided 6-inch Azusa rims on it with a sawtooth front tire and a slick for the rear and a set of normal drum brakes.
Love it.
So that's about it. I hope everybody can appreciate it and enjoy it.
Well, first of all, I appreciate it as the event promoter. I can't thank you enough. That is going to be one of the biggest reasons why I think we get this little surge in pre-registration. We urge everybody to pre-register. And that's the difference between, I tell everybody, it's like, look, if your bike's almost ready, you've got time. Like, you can still get a tire.
Right.
You can still go get your pipe at FNB. You can still get your carburetor cleaned or fixed. You can still get a little rattle can paint job in. Come,
Right.
make the effort to come, and for the $20 or $25, dude, you got a 1 in a couple hundred chance, which isn't pretty bad odds. Last time I checked, before I ever won anything, 1 in a couple hundred to win a
No,
really
that's great.
right. So Frank, look, thanks for the time. I know you're busy over there. I think I don't know if hopefully I caught you after
problem.
dinner. What'd you have for dinner
Yes,
tonight?
you did. We just had burgers.
Oh, come on. We had a little sausage. Ed, how was the sausage tonight? Did you like the sausage?
It was good.
We had a little sausage and bread. It's a sausage and burger night, Frank,
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, look, what else can folks expect to see when you're out at the show on October the 1st? You're going to have a display out there, right?
Yes, we're going to have a display set up. I will have a few of the custom original style mini bikes out there on display, custom paint. More of the original style things. We should have the orange bike of my brother's out there, which is one of our first prototype bikes that we built for him, and we'll be bringing some headers and some T-shirts out there with us, and look forward to seeing everybody out there.
Yeah. Look. Thank you for taking some time for us tonight for the podcast again. We have to have you back in there. In fact, we're having a nice little conversation about getting together with some guys and having you and having your brother Brian be a part of that. We wouldn't do it without you guys.
Awesome. I appreciate being there.
All right, we'll see you. How cool, man.
Okay.
Frank from FNB. Thank you, Frank. That was pretty cool. The guy to go through all that effort to make, and those are going to be. It sounds like it's going to be a pretty cool roller.
Yeah.
What would you put in that engine-wise, Ed?
I don't know if I'd put a small block or a big block in it. I don't know.
What would you do if you got that frame, Ian? You got a chance to take that baby home.
I like World Formulas myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the cost to get into one of those?
What, a World Formula?
Yeah.
Anywhere from $850 to $1,200.
Okay. So now you got that in a brand new FNB roller. You maybe got to pick up another couple $100 worth of parts you want to use to customize it or whatever. You got a pretty stout little bike there, man.
Yeah.
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 That's
Get
cool,
him to
man.
throw in an F&B pipe.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, he's going to be there, and these are the F&B pipes. He's got all different stages, and he does a really nice job. He bent one. He'll make a pipe for anything, man.
I got
And you know
one
what?
on my taco that I just built.
Yeah, and they sound great. And when the pipes aren't as appropriate as the mufflers, he knows, and they got a good little team there. They got a good little team there. Brian and Frank has over there at FNB Racing. And I finally have your logo. I finally created a logo for you. So that's an extra $10 I'm going to be charging you for the sponsorship. But thanks for joining us. That was pretty cool, All right, so we got the Minibike show, and he's just one of the sponsors. One of our big sponsors for the event, and it just happened recently, was I received, I sent out the Frankenstein video, and I send out little teasers leading up to the event. And it's like fishing, right? And you send something out, maybe get a response or two, but... I got one back, and it was like it turned into a volley of emails, and then the last one was that, oh, by the way, we love what you're doing over there, and look forward to being a part of the event, and we'd like to send you some financial support. Boom. So Pioneer Car Audio is our major sponsor for the event. I'd like to thank all the guys at Pioneer Car Audio. I better move this shit around. In fact, everybody, you're leaving, Ian. This is going to sit on your chair now.
There you go.
Pioneer, thank you, Pioneer. I've been using Pioneer forever. I've had the luxury of working with those guys for forever. And we'll find a nice little spot here. Here's how this works when you become a sponsor, right?
Yeah, that was a hot setup in high school.
Yeah,
That's
Pioneer.
cool.
And it was always out of my
Pioneer.
range, price-wise, because but we got it. We got there.
8
All good.
tracks and AM and cassettes.
8 tracks. You ever give these guys a fucking CD? They thought you were giving them, like, what is this? Remember back the reel-to-reel, Ed, back in the day?
4-track.
4-track.
The record players they had.
No, the Victrolas.
The Victrola.
So Pioneer, thank you for all the love. And we have a custom Pioneer bike that's been around a few spots. I had to stop at Ed's place for a little while. It's now with Jake Moe. And that bike should be finished this year. And that's going to be a really cool bike. It's kind of in the spirit of that CRC build and the Fiberlock bike. They're all cool bikes. They've all had their hands working with guys like Evil Ed and Jake Moe. Jake's going to be at the show. Jake Moe's going to be coming out there with a collection of really cool bikes. Everybody knows Jake's look, that raw, cool, awesome fabrication and welding craftsmanship on all his bikes. So he's going to bring out a stables of bikes. I also hope to see some of the the bikes that were there last year. You know, it seems like all the guys that, when they finally do get a chance to come, I spoke to one guy who is a really cool guy. He called to ask me if I could send him 100 posters so that he can put them in his family's commercial real estate buildings down in Orange County. It's like, what? His family owns like 40 million zillion commercial real estate properties, and each of them have like 20 or 30 tenants. And, you know, they're pretty open to when he says, would you please put this poster in the window? But it's like an hour and a half away. And, you know, my event's really still like a small community draw. And like, I didn't make 100 posters. But, you know, it was nice for him. And he's been aware of the show since we've had it. He has been unable to make it. He's got a collection of mini bikes. I think he said it was 40 mini bikes, and he's got them all. And he knows. He recently spoke with Taco Bill. Taco Bill helped him out with something, but he seems to be pretty well off, and he seems to be a genuine, legitimate mini bike guy. And despite being a fan, despite having such a big collection and knowing about it, he's never come.
What's his name?
I don't want to say. Keith. The fuck, you figure out the rest, right? So that gets me excited, Ed, because I know, like when I go there, I do, you know, I know I'm going to see you, Ian. I know you're going to be bringing your brother too. Now you know you got the three of you guys who'll be seeing Eddie too, but like I don't make an assumption that you're going to come, but I'm pretty confident you're going to come. Oh, yeah. Where our event grows is all the guys that had been wanting to come, who just weren't able to get it in because it's Friday and it's L.A. or Saturday. Worse, Saturday and it's LA, so there's always something going on. So we urge you guys to come on out. You have a chance to win that bike. Pioneer's on board. You know how we do. We give shit away constantly. CRC was there. We're still out there giving away CRC. You know, you go buy some of this stuff. It's like $10 a can. People were leaving with like pockets full of it.
Yeah, I had to go buy some the other day.
Oh, sorry. No, hey.
I had to buy some throttle body cleaner and some mass sensor cleaner.
Well, there'll be no more of that, Ed. In fact,
that was like a mini bike tire I was saving up for.
Well, when you think about it, you and I did that great. Remember we went to O'Reilly's and did the whole photo shoot? That ought to be worth some throttle body for life, right?
We drug out all that stuff.
And then we left it there. I told the guy.
Right on the counter.
I told him I'd come back. I still may get back over there. Yeah, we had. He wasn't much help. He can kiss my ass. Yeah, that was a fun day. You know, Ed and I have had our hand in a lot of these giveaway bikes, and we'll have. I haven't had the ability to get back the CRC bike or the Fiberlock bike. They go on a circuit, like the Fiberlock bike's on the O'Reilly Auto Parts circuit, and it goes all over the place. And it rides along with, you know, all kinds of NASCARs and UTVs and all cool little toys. So it's a part of that deal. I need to get back that Fiberlock bike to swap out that tank.
And we got to put a shorter kickstand.
And a shorter kickstand. Oh, that was another thing, right? We're just getting ready to ship that thing off, and we changed the tires. And we didn't realize you changed the tires, the size of the tires, and the kickstand's now off. And it's like, I'm out of here. He was about ready to kill me with those stickers.
Oh, God.
Although they're cool. Tirestickers.com. Check them out.
Good.
Yeah, they looked up pink. Yeah, tell me about it. Ed almost left the gig over those tire stickers. All right, so we've got sponsors popping up. Toyo Tires dropped in. And Toyo Tires has been with us for a long time. My buddy Steve over there, thank you. I love Toyo Tires. I always see him with my other most favorite thing, UFC, right? In fact, I'm a Joe Rogan baby. I love that. I love that show, The Ultimate Fighter. It's on weekly now, and Toyo's always been a big supporter of UFC. You can watch them on Fox, along with my buddy Brad Gerber's cool NHRA drag racing series. Got to watch that, too. So they're going to be out there as well. We're going to get a few pipes from FNB. We're going to have a lot of cool, you know, we've got goodie bags that we give away. Anybody who comes in, we try to give you some free stuff, right? We give you a goodie bag full with whatever. There's a wristband that entitles you to certain things like coffee and water. And we screwed up on the coffee last year. The food truck guy didn't show up. Dude, I was waiting for the coffee just like you were. So I owe you a couple on that. We give away a $5 voucher inside your bag if you're a participant. So if you buy something, you know, a $25 item's $20 now. Most of the time, everything's available. I urge you to bring certain things too, just to make your visit with us, those 4 or 5 hours that you're there. In the past, I've had mats. In fact, they're right behind me. Somewhere lurking in the back behind those Bonanza choppers, there's a bunch of mats. And those were made available to us from Swiss Tracks. Swiss Tracks is a complete line of garage and recreational flooring. And there's not enough of them. That's the reality of it. There's not enough mats. So everybody who pre-registers, not only do you have the ability to get a great rate of $20, you can also save $5 by going to Campbell Automotive. So now your $20 goes down to $15 if you do this in advance. So for $15, you get a chance to win the bike. You get the opportunity to have a couple things at the show that are free. You get a $5 voucher, you get a goodie bag, and then you're in. Whatever else, there's trophies, there's awards. Don't come to win awards. I always tell people that.
Yeah.
Like, stay home. Like if like you built this bike, then I'm sure it's the best bike out there, Ed.
Well, just tell them, the judges, don't.
You know
Not that one.
you know what we went through, right?
What?
You know what it takes.
Yeah.
It ain't easy. And how about
Don't.
and then how about this one? Joe? It's like, yeah. Do you got a minute? It's like, yeah. I said, fuck, you need an ambulance? What's going on? It's like, I don't think I've been judged. It's like, well, you're fat and you look like you could use a few pounds. It's like, no, I mean my bike. It's like, what do you mean? It's like, I don't think the judges came by. It's like, they came by. It's like, which bike is it? It's like, yeah, they came by. Hey, come on.
They didn't have to stick around.
It's like, come on. It's like, take a look around, brother. It's like, so don't be that guy, right? Ian,
Yeah.
tell him, don't be that guy.
Yeah.
And then be mindful. When I put a table out of brake clean, again, 10 or 12 bucks a pop, wherever this, right? Now it's like tables of it, right? Tables of it, do the math. 10 times 12, that's 120. There's $600 worth of brake clean, right? Get your can, put it in your bag, go home. Here's what we got a little bit of last year. We got this guy. We got this guy with, like, he wanted to open up a shop. Please don't do that, because, like, you got to get some and he's got to get some, right? So be nice. Save some, right? That's it. Save some. When there's a big bag, like, instead of, now I have had Miss CRC. You may have seen Miss RC. We had Miss Minibike, and then we had Miss CRC. Blue, her name is. She'll be on hand. And she has a box of these things, and they're heavy. Like, if you lift up the box of 150 of these, it's like 25 pounds. So she can't hold those. So she leaves them out there. And you're a nice guy, and so are you, Ed, and you'll just take one.
Yeah, right.
But there is that guy, too.
He's got to take him
He
for
wanted to
all
have
his
it.
buddies.
So don't be that guy. And if we see you, like, if you're that guy, and any of us, and there's a few of us, we see you doing that shit, we're going to take you down. You're going to go down. So don't do that. Don't come to win awards. Don't gobble up the free shit. The water. Look, I haven't been anywhere. Like, if you asked me in the 60s, Joe, would you ever pay for water? I tell you no. Never. There's no way you pay for water. You go to water anywhere. You can be prisoners get free water. Now no one gets water for free. We're going to give you a bottle of water if you're a participant. But if you come into the park for free with your dog, you're a spectator, you're not getting free water. However, we have a sponsor, Scleroderma, is here with us. In fact, that's a charity that we're really fond of here at Motor Media, as well as Joe's Minibike Reunion. They'll be there. And they're going to sell water to spectators, or they're going to sell water to participants who may have already had their water, their free one. You have a little wristband, you get checked. So if you like to have water all day, you can donate $1. That gives you your water, and part of the proceeds are going to go to Scleroderma. Cool. So we want to keep you replenished, because it is hot out there. I'm going to move things around a little bit too. We're going to take advantage of the shade. I could have done a better job with the swap meet guys. I lined them up along that row. They fried. But between the two of us, you'd think they'd be smart enough to bring a fucking cannon or an easy up, right, Ed? A lot of these guys just showed up with 1,000 parts with no covering. So they petitioned me. I swear to God, I was petitioned. I had three sponsors that petitioned me. In the middle of the award ceremony, I was served a subpoena, whatever the hell it is, Ed. And it was due to the keeping them out in the sun. I was burning them out. So we're going to try not to do that. All right, so we're bopping all around there. I got a lot of this stuff in. Look, okay, we're going to head into the break. We're going to break in about 5 minutes. A couple other little things about the show. A couple of things that we like to do. You can't do that. You can't ride and you can't smoke.
What? You can't ride.
But it's only 6 hours. All right, so you can't ride, you can't smoke. And actually, a woman came down to me. She looked like I do now. She had a little glass on. Excuse me, sir. Are you Joe? It's like, yes. Autograph? She's like, no. So, she said, one of your guys was smoking. I said, really? So I can die for a fucking couple of hits. Where is he? There's no smoking in the park. So I apologize. I said, but it was one of those those new wave vapor pens, miss. So I said, I made a little note of it. I pretend I have some pen. I pretend I wrote it down. I said, thank you. And what was your name? Joanna. I said, Joanna, look, you go over there, see my wife, get yourself a free hat. Okay? Thanks for coming. Because I know she's going to call up. She got a hotline. We talked about those folks on the last show. They got the hotline to the park superior supervisor's office's girlfriend's fucking number. So they got a smoker under the tree there, fucking at Hindenburg Park. Shut them down. So I don't want that because I like the park and I want to stay there. It's 5 minutes from the house. I don't want to screw it up. So don't smoke. Or go in the car and do the hot box thing. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. But just don't smoke there. It's Oktoberfest. Okay? Google Oktoberfest. Montrose, they do it right. Montrose, California, the sleepy little town. It's a cool town. That's where they filmed Back to the Future, that bowling alley, when Frankie met Sally. That's where the guy ran naked down the street, Will Ferrell, in that movie. Yeah, so Montrose turns into Beer Fest.
Jurassic Park, when the dinosaur tears up the town.
Was that it?
That was Montrose, too.
And then Sons of Anarchy. The last episodes, they were... So anyways, it's got a little bit of folklore, and it's cool. It's like 3 blocks. Well, it's Oktoberfest, the night of my event. Don't go there beforehand, right? But after the event, take advantage of it. And before the event, especially the spectators are going to roll up. Participants get there early because check-in's like 7 because the event starts at 8. So check-in's 7. And I'll have some coffee and some, I don't know, speed for you guys. But for those spectators who want to get there when the event's started, have breakfast at Jeremy's on Honolulu. They're a sponsor of the event. They got really good stuff over there. The waitresses are bitchy. The food's good. You know, just what you expect. Be careful. They got that stucco ceiling and some of that shit fall in your food. Don't do the whole pen thing because then you got big problems. But Jeremy's is a good place. Short of that stucco. I'm going through this list. I got it. Oh, man, on a somber note. And I hate this because there's too much of it fucking going on. Linnell Johnson, terrible accident. On his bike, his daughter with him. I have heard, broken legs in the hospital. You know, not a good thing.
Yeah.
Another dude was posting something about his friend who got taken out, who looked a little bit like Linnell, and at first I thought it was him, but it wasn't. But
was that the one you posted on Facebook?
No, that was even worse. Last year we had the top 50 down to the top whatever, down to the top 10 to the top 3. Well, the top 3 guy's name is Brad Ells. Big guy, looked like a miniature Mike Ditka.
Oh, that's the one I saw, yeah.
He built that really cool CT-70 and his son was with him. And he was tragically killed in a motorcycle accident right here on Foothill Boulevard a week ago. And I found out about it from Taco Bill. And then I found out about it from Richard David, who's a local enthusiast and mini bike fan. And it's a shame. And as a result, we will now not only urge you to check out their GoFundMe, we're going to make a donation from the few dollars that we make selling these high-priced fucking T-shirts. We're going to give some of that money to his GoFundMe account. And we urge you guys to consider that. And then we're also going to change the People's Choice Award to the Brad Ells People's Choice Award. That's the bike that the people applaud, and that's the kind of the bike of the event. So we're going to do that. And our condolences go out to the Ells family and all his friends out there because we got a lot of play on that. 3,000 folks viewed that. Like that's Frankenstein, everything we've ever done combined times 10. You know, the amount of people that really had that touched. So that's too bad. Shitty way to.
Yeah, that's always a shame to hear something.
And he was helmeted up, and he was a big guy. Like that dude eat glass for breakfast. You ever shake his hand? When I shook his hand when he won, that top 3, it was like a vice grip. The only thing tighter was with that grip he had around Cherie. You know, and his son. And I was so looking forward to seeing him. And you ever try to get Taco Bill on the phone? He's not getting on the phone. Taco Bill ain't gonna get on the phone unless it's his father or his wife. He called me. Yeah. He called me to tell me about that Brad Elves deal. So you knew, it was a tough deal. Also want to thank the folks at Campbell Automotive here locally. This is really their event. They're the guys that stepped up. Those are friends of our family as well as folks that we do business with. We bring our cars there all the time to get repaired. Bill, Lisa, Tommy, thank you for all you've done. In addition to letting me house all my mini bikes, although my mini bike collection is dissipating up there. I took up their whole second floor mezzanine, and now there's only a couple bikes up there. I've got a little, I think I've got Alexander Reynolds still up there, and I have one other bike that it's just not coming to me right now, but I got to fill that back up, Ed, with some bikes. Maybe I'll buy some at Joe's Minibike Reunion because there's a swap meet there as well. Got a bike you want to bring in and sell? We've got a bike corral. We've got swap meets. Mac will be there, and hopefully a few others. It's Joe's Minibike Reunion podcast number, whatever the hell it is, 12. 12. We're here with CB Minis, Ian Cordova and Evil Ed talking about Joe's Minibike Reunion. It's October the 1st. Get out there. Register now online, joesminibikereunion.com. And thanks for listening in. Don't forget the dyno. Yeah, Lou from the dyno. I got to buy him an extra pack of cigarettes. Keep him going. All right, we're going to take a quick time out. We'll be back after this little break. Thanks for watching.
Good evening. This coming October 1st at CB Park in La Crescenta, California, you shall have the chance to see for yourself as we bring life to the dead. Frankenstein, the minibike, pronounced Frankenstein. Don't come alone as we reveal this Jake Moe built JMBR creation, made with what was once an unused mass of lifeless parts, collected from the gallows and graves in Gerald's garage. Join us, if you dare, for the 5th annual Joe's Minibike Reunion, as we will then reveal this raw, cultured, sophisticated bike about town at Joe's Minibike Reunion on October the 1st, CB Park. Don't miss the experience of a lifetime. It's alive!
It's alive! To this day, my wife still thinks it's me, not Gene Wilder. All right, welcome back to Joe's Minibike Reunion podcast number 2, and you're probably wondering...
Number 12.
Number 12, see? That's, you know what happens. I think I got a problem. Oh, plus we had a break and all that, right? Yeah. Well, I guess you're wondering what happened, and I just mugged a pimp down in Ohio with his jacket. Emmanuel took a quick little break to his mobile offices across the street, and he came back with a jacket that blows up to repel rain. So it's like, I'm not going to get fucking taken down a notch with that shit. So I broke this out. Hopefully you'll get a kick out of it. It's for your viewing pleasure only. And, you know, it does match the logo. Look. See? Show my teeth. Got a little yellow. Matches that. Boom. All right. So here we go. Joe's Minibike Reunion podcast. We're back. Hey, let's give some shout-outs. I want to get to our CB Mini guys. Ed, you were pretty excited when I told you Ian was coming.
Yeah.
What is it about him that you like? Here's your mic. Put your little mic there. Looks like you can get him down.
I don't know.
Well, I know. He's right next to you.
I like everyone that gets into the mini bike.
That's it. That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
You like him immediately because he likes mini bikes, right?
Yeah, and he's friendly.
And what about the girlfriend? Come on, Jennifer.
I take the.
Don't play dumb with me. You mentioned her. You asked if she was coming. In fact.
I take the fifth.
Well, she wants to know if she can have her own class. The first thing I would say. Like, typically, a woman like Jennifer asks me anything, it's like, yes. And if it's no for her, yes. But this one's going to be a no. Because to me, gals, Jennifer asked a question as whether or not there should be different classes for guys and gals. And you know, my take on it is that, like, if I can assemble a mini bike, and I use that loosely, then any girl can do it. In fact, Elena Scherer, the editor of Roadkill, will be with us next show. She's a gal. She put together her mini bike. You met her.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, her bike, you know, it isn't because she's a gal or we're guys that made it any better. It's just like she's new. So her bike's not going to be as nice as ours. It doesn't fucking matter whether she's a girl or a guy. But when she keeps at it, you know, I bet her second bike's a little bit nice. So the thing is I don't want to try to distinguish it. Jennifer, look at these eyes. I don't want to distinguish this.
Look at that pimp.
It's just that, you know, you're one of us, doll. You're rolling just like us. Like, we ain't charging you more for the Budweiser. You seen the commercials? Women ain't paying more for cars and to get in Joe's Minibike Reunion. There's no discount either. So get on down here, Jennifer. And if you do come, I'll give you your own trophy. We'll make one up for you, all right? And we'll give you a Joe's Minibike Reunion red wife beater t-shirt.
Nice.
Okay, so that's what's going to happen with you. So
right.
I want to give some shout-outs to her. So we got her out of the way. In fact, I want to give her another shout-out because I told her I'd give her more than one, and that's enough for you. Let's hope these guys get home safe, and thanks for letting them out of the pen. I also want to give a couple of shout-outs. You know Rafa over there at GT?
Yeah.
So Rafa, I told him to come out. How cool it would be to have GT out there having a display of maybe some of their
Rafa's
bikes.
Awesome. Definitely. Good guy.
Right? So they work with David Rivas, and David wants to maybe help out with doing some promotion for the dyno. And hopefully you had a chance to, those of you who may have missed the opening to Joe's Minibike Reunion, you saw the spot there on Frankenstein. Big props to Emmanuel. Again, I have to use full names because everybody in this place is E. Ed, Ian, Eddie, Eric, Emmanuel, Joey. So this is the Big E show, and all that E starting to take effect. So I want to give a shout out to Rafa. Get out here, Rafa. I'd like to see you out there. Mr. Black is back. And for those of you who do not know Mr. Black is my security.
I was going to say security.
Yeah.
And,
Security.
and
Two of them?
and no, he's just so big you think it's fucking two. No, it's him and a few others.
Yeah.
And they're mellow. They're kitty cats until you ride a mini bike, because they know that's such a tough thing. So they're back, and my sister-in-law can't wait to see them. It's like, relax there, calm down there, bolt your little self down till you get out here. Relax, leave the security guard alone, for Christ's sake. I just love them. It's like, leave them. They're big. That's what she keeps saying. Fucking scaring me. All right, so Mr. Black's back. Thank you for that. My crew's back. All this stuff is tough because it's early in the morning and everybody gets there. The participants are encouraged to be there at 7. And if you get there at 7 o'clock, if you're pre-registered, you go right to the pre-registered deal. They'll have all your shit ready. Boom, you're in. And even if you're not pre-registered, you just show up. It's a little bit more money. It's $25 instead of 20. Your line's a little bit longer, but you can register online. See Mike Robledo will be there helping out. See AJ. Can't miss him. He's shorter and balder than I am. He's had a great time. He's looking to buy his first mini bike. He's hacking on some ST90. It's like, dude.
No.
It's like your first time dating and you hooked up with a guy. It's like, no ST90. Get rid of that fucking thing. Okay, so we're going to help AJ out. He's going to be there. I've got some friends that are coming all the way from San Luis Obispo. Team Pearson, Matt, his son Jack, and daughter Julia and wife Barbara. They're rolling down here, so it's going to be nice to see them. There was some talk of some of the guys from Detroit, Tommy Z and maybe Myron, rolling out, but I doubt that because it's too long to come out here. Not for some 6-hour event. Do your own damn event, okay? Clarence Barnes. Clarence is a local DJ here for Kiss FM. He's also the voice of a lot of the automotive events. I just got back from doing a deal with him at Roadkill. In fact, what do you think about the Roadkill t-shirt?
Those are cool.
Huh? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I was going to break out the staff shirt on you. I don't want to intimidate you guys, right?
Oh, come on.
I know. How are you gonna do?
Break it out.
So you can get some of this Roadkill garb at roadkill.com, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. And we're going to have, I believe, Ian, I may have, see these decals?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my hands on a couple hundred of them. So everybody that comes to the show inside the goodie bag will have a Roadkill decal. And for more about what's happening with Roadkill, again, next 2 Wednesdays from now. I don't know if it's the 28th. I think it's the 28th of September. Join us here for what could be the second to the last to the third to the final podcast for 2016 with Elena Scherer, because I think we're going to do a best of.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I want to do one podcast that all you hear is Charles, mini drag bike, saying, listen. Listen. Listen.
Oh.
And his best line of the year, Brian. The only way you go 80 is if you fall out of a plane. That was a good line. So we have to do some best of, and then I want to do that battle. That what do we call that?
That'd be cool.
What do we call that battle?
Battle of the round table?
The trash talking battle.
Yeah.
So who can we get a sponsor? Maybe we get these guys from CB Minis. They're the ones making all the noise. So we're here with CB Minis, and we'll get back to a couple shout outs. But we're here with the CB Mini guys. Eian, thanks for coming over. You joined us with Eric and Eddie. Folks that are in that local area that got the mini bike fever, how can these guys track you down? How do you like to hear from them? You definitely don't want them just popping up, right? You want to qualify them first, right? How can they reach you guys? Phone?
Well, we have an Instagram.
Instagram?
At CB Minis.
Okay.
Yep. Or you can on Facebook. It's my personal one. It's just Eian Cordova. Or you can find my brother Eric.
Okay.
Or on Instagram, we also have our personal ones. Mine's at Gearhead 62.
Mine's at EJC 24.
Yeah, the voice in the back is Ian's brother Eric, and behind Eric is Eddie. Again, these E's are killing me. But Eric, you like Eian, you guys just popped up at the event. I think the first time I had a chance to meet you. You seem like a really cool guy. Thanks for rolling out. Thanks for supporting him as well. What do you find yourself doing besides, you're almost responsible for starting this shit by bringing home that Chinese little bike, right? So what's the next step for you? What is it that you guys want to do? You got a couple bikes, now you got a few more bikes, you're building bikes, you got your own little brand and logo, and what do you want out of this?
If I could, I'd like to start building my own frames.
Okay.
Have
you had experience welding or doing any of that stuff before?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
A little, but I know it takes a little bit of money to get started, so. But other than that, that would be my ultimate goal, is to start a frame line.
So have your own line of bikes. Maybe
Yeah.
and I think most of us have that. I think each of us at one time have gotten into that consideration where they'd like to I'd like to bring back a Bonanza, but maybe use thicker pipe, or maybe
different style, or we all have our own style that we would want.
And that's what GTS and Joe's is, isn't it, Ed? I mean, those are just their takes on. And look what Gerald and Temecula
Bob.
Yeah, all those guys have that. It's like car guys. Like, you give them enough A body chassis and enough E bodies and G bodies, they see them stripped down. It's like, you know what? We should really just tighten that up over there and cut out. Yeah. It's easy after seeing them so long to change them, and it's easy to have that enthusiasm, but actually starting that business. And here's the thing about mini bikes too, and I'll just let you go on this, is that first of all, you should do it. If that's what you want to do, even if you end up making a dozen of them, okay, just to go through it. Let's hope that you make 1.2 million of them. But even if you built a dozen, you just pursue it if you're into it. It's tough.
Yeah.
There were over 250 mini bike manufacturers back in the late 60s and the early 70s, and there's about this many of them out there now.
Yeah.
Depending on who you talk to and who's fucking. Exactly. All right. So we know of one. There could be two. And then there's a bunch of other masqueraders, I think, that are out there. Yeah. And if you want to count some of the Chinese stuff that's sold through the Colemans and some of the Moto Vox. Yeah. But the fact is, the traditional mini bikes as we know them, there aren't any more manufacturers. So something happened with those 225 guys when only two of them are still kind of sticking around. So maybe there's a lesson to be learned there. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Exactly.
Yeah,
plus, how many of these things are really going to buy? You got Ed telling you the truth, where these guys don't even want to pay down $300 for a decent roller. And Eian, you went through it, right? You saw when you tell somebody they're really cute until they find out they ain't free.
That's the reality of it.
They're cheap and they just don't understand.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, your bike ready for the show?
Mine personally, no. I just finished my girlfriend's.
Okay.
But no, I'm in the process. But halfway through, I'd say.
You confident you're going to be
Confident.
there? What do you have left to do?
Paint and just assembly. Everything's there.
Oh, good.
So, but yeah, we'll be ready. Definitely.
Nice. Well, thanks for that effort. I wish you a lot of luck out there, and I hope that you meet a few people there. If you're into pursuing that welding and maybe bending some frames, you should talk to guys that are there that are doing it, and Jake Moe would be a great one. Jake was listening earlier. Jake, thanks for that. We'll see Jake's son. I don't know if you guys saw the photo of Jake's son sporting the
He's ready.
He's ready. Yeah.
Always follow him. He's
Yeah, he
nice
is.
work.
Yeah, Jake's great. Jake's son is going to be one of those young guns. You can tell already from all the shit he's soaking in over there. That's going to be fun. We'll see all those guys out there we talked about. So you also brought along Eddie. Eddie, what's your role in this misfit parade over here with CB Minis? What do you do? Are you this part of the clan?
Yeah. I do a little bit of the motor work.
How long you been into motors and working on motors?
Long time.
Long time. Probably about maybe 10 years.
And like when we were talking about motors, we're talking about the new Predators, but also some of the traditional old bikes, maybe the Tecumsehs and the Briggs and all those too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think mostly start out with like little small engines, like weed eaters, fixing those, and then you.
So
go
you're the engine guy then? Is that pretty much it?
That and we got started on. I built this. It's a Christmas tree for racing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, D has one too for
West Coast.
West Coast
That's
mini
what kind
bikes.
of prompted us. We
Yeah,
were
he
like,
did
"That's
LED
cool."
lights, I think.
Yeah.
How's that coming along?
Yeah, it's coming. We got it all set up, and
He brought it.
I brought it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Yeah, it was,
We'll show you
I'll show you.
afterwards.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we should do that. In fact, maybe I'll let you bounce after we have a few words with you and get that thing and set up. We can show it before the show ends. That'd be good. And if you have any questions about that, David Rivas had that tree.
Yeah, that's.
Well, how about this? Let's use that tree as well at Joe's Minibike Reunion. Make sure that it's done.
Sounds good.
Cool.
What's on the bench now, Eddie? What are you working on, engine-wise?
I got my Arco getting together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We had small engine cams in the house, Tim Iskey, and they've got a lot of stuff that I'm sure you guys need to check out.
Yeah.
If you're doing engines, you need to be getting with him with a complete line of everything, man.
Yeah, he
My
has a
boy
lot of
right
stuff.
there.
Yeah.
I think that might be our next step in the minis. Right now, we're mostly like your show.
performance.
I think next our thing is to try to maybe build a drag bike, because that's
So here's what you
we're
do
missing.
too. Yeah, and learn. Just go out there now.
Yeah.
And then Jake said, didn't Jake Mo say he's maybe looking to put you guys to work?
Yeah.
Huh? So
Hey.
CB Mini guys, go out there and see what's going on there. You learn a little bit there. Then, Gerald, Skipper from LC, Inland Empire, he's built a lot of cool bikes. You mentioned JD, Ed, right? Gerald and Temecula Bob. If those guys, I've been asking Temecula Bob, and I've been hoping that Gerald's on the mend. I try to work all these guys each time I speak to them, see if I can get those guys out, because I tell them, and in fact, I shared this with Temecula Bob the other day. I asked him if he's coming out. He said he thought so, or he hoped so, or whatever, a question mark. I said, a lot of the guys would like to meet you.
Oh yeah.
I said, even that Fred doll. I don't know what you're doing with that thing all the time.
I've been at Bob's house. He's cool.
Yeah, I can imagine.
to
And a
meet
lot of those
him.
guys,
Yeah, I
they're
know.
low key, but I think they get out there. What we do is we start the fire again.
See, the problem is, him and me, we're kind of old. We've seen it all,
Yeah.
So it's not like, I'd rather sleep.
Well, that's why.
I'd rather sleep.
That's why we got to bring back Miss Mini
Get
Bike
up
then.
at
I
what
think. Huh?
time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank God. It's like because I've done the same thing. That 2-stroke extravaganza. There'd be a time 5-10 years ago. Shit, I'd be up before the guy starting it. I'd be there. And last couple of years, I heard that alarm. It's like, it's like, you know what? I've seen enough of those things. Probably had like 23 fucking 2-strokes
But
in my
I'll wake
life.
up early for Joe's Minibike.
Oh, there you go. Here's under the table. There's a 50.
That's like last year.
Well, so will I. That's for damn sure.
Bourbon.
And that's why people say to me, they say, "Hey, Joe, look, would you think about having Joe's Minibike Reunion in Texas? We got this event, or hey, why don't you bring this down to this would be great in Florida or Arkansas?" It's like I don't want to go.
Do your own show down there.
Yes, it's like I want to go right down the street. I want to go right down the street.
We might ask for advice if we ever put a show together in Hanford.
Yes.
We wouldn't expect you to bring your show to us. We just ask for advice.
Well, I think, first of all, I look at it as a compliment that even be able to be aware of the event, let alone ask for some help. But the fact is that it's not about that. It's not about, hey, we're going to produce a car show and we're going to go wherever we can get the most people, the most gate, the most sponsors. It's like, nah. I want to have a few people. This is just an expansion of me having a few close friends over at the garage on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's what Joe's Minibike Reunion is. It's just doing it somewhere else where it's like, hey, come on over. I'm working on some shit. Help me set up the throttle and then bring 100 people.
That's what it feels like too. So
It should be. That's why I diminished the awards.
That's cool.
And there's been some changes because as we tried to build the stimulate and try to build the awareness of the event, we tried all different things: top 10, top 20, win a mini bike, win a woman, win a car, win $1,000. You know, it's like, and it wasn't about any of that stuff. The guys just wanted to come out and hang out. The hit was the dyno. The hit was the dyno. So come on out for that. I want to thank the folks at Steady Garage who are also sponsors of the dyno. They're also going to be setting up a ride. There's a couple of the cool mini moto groups that are going to have a ride to, and then after the event, they're going up to Newcomb's. So here's where you can find it out. There's Grom Life, there's Total Ruckus, there's Steady Garage, there's Ruckus, a la Bruckus. There's more friggin' Ruckus and Grom and shit out there. Just go out there and you'll find out there's going to be rides for you coming to and going to Newcomb's, which is really cool. It's up Angelo's Crest. What a ride. Be careful. Definitely be careful up there. It's your first time riding up there. But on Groms, it's great. You go up and down that full throttle, fully tucked. So they're going to go up to Newcomb's. So, and then on your way back, you hit Oktoberfest, right? That's the deal. So here's the perfect date on Saturday. You get your shit ready. Saturday morning, you got to be up early. Get coffee. God knows the fucking coffee guy don't show up again, right? Do whatever you do, all right? I do whatever you do. Some guys work out. Some guys smoke. Some guys do whatever you do. Get to Jeremy's for breakfast, right? Watch the Flying Stucco. Hope for a really bitchy waitress, because usually they bring the good food. Get there early to Joe's to pre-register. You get right in, find a spot, take a ride, and then go to the Oktoberfest.
That's a long day.
Well, you can be done because the event's over with at 1. I try to get you out of there. I don't want to be with you too much either. Right? 7 o'clock to 1 o'clock. I've had enough of you too. So then you take a ride. You're at Oktoberfest. Nah, you could be home. You could be on the couch at 6, maybe even 5.
Oktoberfest ends that early?
No, that's just for the old guys who are going home. Yeah, the Oktoberfest. Christ, you guys would be calling me looking for a place to stay.
Hey.
Inside that little room there, I got a big mat.
Or that trailer?
I got a mat. I'm going to stick it in the back of the 51.
Hey, we might just ask for a place to park.
I figure I'll go marine style, get all the cots, and I'll just sell out spaces. I could do like 20 people in the garage. And I have a couple other folks that are coming to help out. Gary and Marv, as well as Eddie and Blue. And I think Eddie and Blue are staying in the trailer. The trailer's not here now. It's getting some work done. But a lot of people are coming out to help. And I really, really appreciate that because we need it. Fred Hartman hangs that big sign that stretches like 2 city blocks. Yeah. It's like, thank you, Fred. I need you out there. But if you are into the modern day motos, go out there. If you are thinking about buying a new Grom, get out to Honda of Glendale. See Darlene and see Brian. The new ones are out. I understand for the most part it's cosmetic and some styling cues, same engine, but they're out there. I actually like my Grom. In fact, where's my Grom?
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, shit. Give me a heart attack. My Grom is where the 51 is parked. I took the 51 out, the truck, and I rode the Grom down there and drove the truck back. Oh. Give me a heart attack there. Jesus Christ. These guys, where are these guys from? All right, so they haven't robbed the Grom. That's good. Shout outs. Clarence Barnes, I told you, he's Clarence is a local DJ, and he's a master of ceremonies everywhere. I'm going to be seeing him along with Kenny Rudolph, Jeremy Rise, Hayes Hargrove. Hayes, I just saw you on some commercial on TV. Look at you. Eric Hoffman, Rick Chu, my good buddy Tom Hay, who's on the mend from a little emergency brain surgery. Funny thing happened on the way to work. Wow. Right? But here he is. He's got more hair than me. I saw him at the car show. He's on the mend. They went in there. They fixed him up. It's amazing how shit changes in a heartbeat, Ed.
Yeah.
All right, so he's there. He's healthier than me probably already. My cousin Sharon told me I had to say something about her. Sharon Melichowski, Sharon Longo Melichowski. I don't know how many marriages you've had over there. I can't figure out the freaking names here. She's going to be at the show next year.
Cool.
I already gave some shout outs to Myron over at Detroit, but Miranda Kipper, my little niece, Hector Alvardo, John Pusa, Richard David, Mike Rubin, Fred Hommel, Alfred Barrios, Jeff Franco, Albert Garcia, Mario Lavenas, Jose Rojas, Jennifer Putnam again, Wesley Hartley, Roxanne Madruga, and anybody else that I missed, I'm sorry.
The kids want a shout out, guys.
Cool.
Oh, and all the. Well, tell us about the little ones. Who are they?
It's my niece and nephew. It's my
What are their names?
Gavin
Peyton,
and Peyton.
Oh, so I've seen them on Facebook.
Yes.
You take them, you
Yes.
torture these kids. You bring them to every drag race and every motorsport race that's ever out there. Now that's great, isn't it? So
Yes.
they really like it.
Oh, he's a sprint car. He's a sprint car.
Who's some of his favorite guys?
Everyone. Anyone. He likes Joey Saldana.
Oh, there you go.
Steve Kinzer.
Sure.
All of them.
So he knows it, huh?
With sprint cars.
How old are they?
He's 5 and my daughter is 9.
Great.
Yep.
Well, they're ready.
Yeah.
I hope you're ready for the trek down to
yeah.
Joe's Minibike
Oh, yeah,
Reunion
he's-
sometime.
I guarantee you, when he can throw his leg over one, he's gonna be
Yeah.
ready to roll.
Well, we'll make a point to bring them a bag of Toyo tires. Gives us a bunch of cool gifts for kids.
Yes.
Cool.
We'll hook them up.
Right on.
All right,
Thank
good.
you, Joe.
Appreciate that.
Tuck them in bed so they
He'll
go to
love
bed.
it.
Tell them you love them. Tell them to go to bed
All
now.
right. Well, get to bed, guys.
Get to bed, guys.
We know you're out there. We
Yeah.
love you.
Better have your homework done.
Better. Otherwise, you're gonna send Pokemon the monster over there to get you.
No sprint cars.
Yeah.
You don't.
Imagine that teasing that. Look, you don't get your homework done. No sprint cars. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
they'd be doing algebra.
Most
Should've-
kids be like, "Good thanks, a sprint car. I don't care." No.
Dad used to say that.
Ed, what's the status on the bike? The bike's gonna be ready for the show or
Oh,
not?
yeah. Yep.
My bike?
My
His
bike?
bike?
Your bike. I'm sorry, Ed. Ed's bike.
It's together, but it's not painted.
That's
but
all
I don't
right.
think I'm going to paint it. I'm going to do
you go.
something different to
Well,
it.
you're known for paint, though.
Yeah, I'm doing for something else.
Throw 'em
Oh,
off.
you're gonna go for a different look, maybe. You gonna do a little raw look, a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like some patina.
uh-oh. Yeah,
So you break.
Some kind of special shit we got going on.
kind of rustic.
Well, look. I want to let you
Not
know.
really rustic.
No?
It's
You helped with the judging last
it's
year,
some patina.
Yeah.
Ed. You helped with the judging along
That's
with.
all I can say.
Yeah, you don't want to put too much out there.
But I don't think it'll be. I could take it apart, but I don't think I could get it back together
Well, you
with
got
my
three-
schedule. You know.
You got 3 helpers here that could probably come down in.
He's kind of a solo act, though. It's like
Yeah.
Mick
He's too
Jagger don't
busy
share that
doing other
microphone.
people's
man.
stuff, huh?
Shadoobie. Well, we'd look forward to seeing it in any
But
form.
if not, I'm gonna leave it together and take it like it is. And I might bring out one of my other bikes.
What about the prima donna Dino? Is he coming this year or not?
Dino.
He showed up in 1 year or so. My niece always had
Yeah,
a.
I can probably talk him into it.
You think so, Dino? Let's give him. Let's say please and thank you, Dino. Please come out to the show.
Dino's
We're in the world of short mini bikers. You're just a tall one. We can use the balance. Come on out. A lot of people thought you were Howard Stern last year, the year before.
He'll probably come out again.
The producers liked him for the show, from what I recall.
Shit, that means I have to get one of his bikes together.
And pay out a little bit of overtime while you get things going. So it's Joe's Minibike Reunion. It's October the 1st. Come on down. Have a chance to mingle with the guys. See Evil Ed. See our guys from CB Minis, right?
Yep.
Get a chance to see me. Again, if you have any complaints, save those for after the show. All compliments we welcome during the show. We have some special help this year with Emmanuel. Emmanuel's going to be on site. A lot of guys, they hear his name. You guys get to see him. Right?
Yeah, it's got it going on.
He's our own little Kojak.
Yeah.
Yep. So he'll be here, Emmanuel, and Emmanuel's there kind of doing a bunch of stuff like he always does, right? There's always a big mouth like me, and then
I
somebody
heard
that
we're
puts
gonna
all
get
that.
some new Joe minibike shirts.
Oh, you know what? Here's what
They're
we
gonna
got.
have little air pockets in them. We'll blow up the water out
In case it rains.
in case it rains.
Well, Ed,
Is that true? Are we gonna have those?
honestly, it's like you continue to just come through as a co-host because that was one of those things that I did not get to on the list. It was the new JMBR garb. See, it's a circle. Now I got to put a line through it. Here's what it is, okay? And we've taken some, I think, major leaps and bounds here. We changed the color. That's it. Change the color. Now this is red.
I like
It's
it.
a nice facelift. I like it.
That's cool.
Now we went a little bit beyond. We did this. We're going with a different color shirt. There's a new design on it that I think everybody's gonna like.
Sweet.
There's some traditional. The gals have the wife beaters.
Yeah.
They're gonna be in a different color instead of white. We got stuff for the kids.
Cool.
The small little shirts,
that'd
right?
be awesome.
Got bibs for the kids.
Right on.
I did signs or banners. This is a huge banner, but imagine like a 2 foot by 3 foot banner with just
Yeah.
the Joe's Minibike Reunion logo, not dated. little banners. Ed, there's a handful of banners that are going to be promoting the podcast for folks to watch. And a couple other little promotional buttons and giveaways, all that silly shit. Trinkets and trash and buttons and bullshit.
Like refrigerator
It feels like I'm interviewing your head, Ed.
Refrigerator magnets.
You back on those? Here, drop it down a little bit. Eddie, your microphone? Yeah, just drop down a tad. There you go.
Refrigerator magnets?
Yeah, we talked about that. I want to differentiate my magnet, my cool magnet that you can put on the pull start cover.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with those little little flappy things that go on the refrigerator.
Those are so 2008.
And because they were so important to you, I'm going to get them with your image on there. So there'll be a lot of giveaways there. I'm working on a couple other little things too. One of them is the return of the food truck guy. I think the food truck guy was Fusion. Go Fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So is he off there?
Heck yeah.
So there's a menu. I posted the menu on the site. So he's bringing the coffee this year.
Thank God.
So now, like, I know him, right? Yeah. And the guy's name is Eddie.
Another Ed?
Yeah. No. Eduardo.
Oh, okay.
So here's he says.
That's different.
I call him up and he remembers. Yeah, it's a mini bike show. Yeah. He goes, I remember the deal. It was over at that Hindenburg Park. Yeah. Great. He goes, look, I'm really busy right now. He says, but just here's my number. Just call me. Call me anytime. I get the phone like a doctor. So you call me 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's like great. So I didn't want to go busting his balls. Finally, I get to it. I got my list of shit to do. It's like food truck guy. I still couldn't put a line through him. He's still a fucking circle, right? Because I didn't close him. So I dial the number. It's like, watch. Guys, I'm brand. Dial him up. Fucking called this guy. It's still ringing. So I let a day go by. I call him up. I got him. It's like, Eddie. It's like, Eddie, it's Joe from Joe's Minibike. Hey, how you doing, man? It's like, yeah, I left you a message. Did you? When? It's like, this is the guy I got to depend on for the coffee. So you know what? Fuck, bring your own coffee. Because so we cut a deal. He'll be there, and it's not like you come there for his coffee, anyways, right? You come there for the burgers, and he puts all this stuff, this crazy fusion shit.
Yeah,
I can't eat it. I can't eat it because
I've never had nothing.
There's
like
those public restrooms out there.
That place was up.
That place was full. And I only ordered one porta potty. So, do whatever you got to do. I'd like to thank our new sponsor, Metamucil. Keep all you guys alive over here. So the food truck will be there. We have some things for the kids. Bring the kids. Just like same thing with the dogs and the kids. Bring a leash. Bring a leash. No, it's fun. We have some things that I think you're going to remember from last year, and we'll have a few other little new things, and before you know it's going to be over with, and it'll be talking about this for next year. We've had some fun leading up to the event this year through the podcast. That's really why we launched the podcast, to just do some shameless promotion for the event, but it's turned out to be fun after how many episodes, Ed?
12.
12? What was your best one so far? Or
Number one.
we had that riveting guest out of the valley. What was his name? Edward Rowlett.
Rowlett.
Oh, marvelous guest. I continue to get feedback about that, and comments. Many of them I can't read on there now. Yeah. Well, we know, Ed. Look, between all this shit, you're the star of the show.
He never
Make
left.
no mistake about it.
He never left.
You're the Ed McMahon to my lame ass Johnny Carson. But it's Joe's Minibike Reunion. Ian, I just say E. Fuck, I could have saved myself a lot of talk. Enough with this stupid jacket. Hey, we're closing down the show. What'd you think? You have a good time?
Perfect. Yeah, I was going to let you know, too, that at the show, we'll give you some shirts and stickers to give away, too.
Good. So looking forward to getting some CB swag.
Cool. Yeah, thank you for having us. It's even though it was a little drive, I wouldn't change it. Like I said when we got here.
Early on, Ian, when I was launching the podcast, I had reached out to you because I knew, in my mind, the types of people that I wanted to have on the show, and they weren't all, roadkill guys and chip fooses. They were guys that make up what we do, and it's not those guys really that make up what we do. It's guys like us that make up what we do, right? Mm-hmm. We're the ones that are buying the stuff and going to the events and not growing up, which is part of the fun of mini bikes, because it is all about the fun. We talked about that with the guys from Steady Garage. The difference between mini bikes and like motorcycles or cars is that they're just more fun.
Yeah,
just more fun.
Expensive.
Yeah, less expensive, and again, wear your helmet.
Definitely.
Seen way too many folks go down, man. And want to give a shout out to Linnell Johnson, who is in St. Francis, and where is that? Linwood. Yeah, we were just down there for the races. I think it's the St. Francis in Linwood.
Yeah.
So if you want to go get like Snooki's cookies and drop them off, or maybe you want to hit the pharmacy and drop off some edibles for them. Some of those Chiba Chews, God knows you could probably use them right down there. Linnell, get better. Helmets.
Yeah.
Helmets, man.
No sandals.
Oh, man. Plus, they look like dicks with the white socks.
Yeah, I see guys driving bikes all the time wearing sandals.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yep.
Short pants and sandals. You said, dude, you ain't been down yet, have you?
No. Preach,
exactly.
Ed. Tell him, Ed. Preach, brother. Preach. So, but on a good note, if you got your helmet on and that bike starts and you got gas in it, and if you don't, you still got time, hit Craigslist, hit eBay, hit CB Minibikes.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you need a mini bike that bad, I got a couple of them you can use and you can register. It'd be one less bike I got to bring down there. Thanks to all our sponsors again, particularly our friends over at CRC who help immensely. Thanks again to our major sponsor for the event, Pioneer Car Audio. This is Joe from Joe's Minibike Reunion podcast. Joe E. It's the E show.
Joe E.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Minibike Show.